This is Gary Atensi with CNTV, and today we're in Boulder, Colorado. We're at AVASOL Inc., the creators of AVAPOD. Brand new for the industry here. We're talking about something that provides reliable energy wherever you're at. I thank you for joining us here today, Peter. Why don't we start off, first of all, you've got a combined experience of 40 years, your team here. Share with me how this idea got started and what got you involved in this industry.
I've been in the industry for a long time, and I've been providing solar energy and renewable energy systems for hundreds of customers over the years, and frankly, it always goes into the hands of the people that frankly need it the least. And so I wanted to eventually make a unit that could really get the microgrid out into the environment and put energy into the hands of those who are in energy poverty.
Today in our society, quite honestly, we take electricity for granted. We don't even think about it. Yet, basically everything we do relies on it. Is this kind of the mindset a lot of times when you're speaking with folks out there that they don't think much about it?
Indeed, it's in marginalized societies. Electricity is the difference between life and death. I mean, many people would say that water is the most vital of resources for those that are impoverished, but frankly, electricity can help you get water via pumps and purification systems and things along those lines. So, in my humble opinion, getting them energy is really what's going to change their lives. It's that old adage, teach a person to fish and they feed themselves for life. Well, that's what this unit could do for them. But that was the initial goal, and that's why it's been developed, and that's why I put it out there. But I'm trying to get this currently into the hands of construction companies as well, because they spend a crazy amount of money on fuel. Things like diesel energy and natural gas generators, and the way that this unit works versus the way that they use power, this is also the financially right decision for them.
We live here in Colorado. Here recently, we've understood what nature can provide for us. You've got floods, you've got tornadoes, folks that are left without electricity. Is this really something that is a solution for that type of application as well?
Absolutely. Unfortunately, we missed the flood here in Colorado to be able to help out because the unit wasn't quite ready when the flood hit. And then, frankly, we suffered a little flood situation here on the property as well. But this is ideal because you can just drop this in someplace where you can't get refueled. You remember Hurricane Sandy, they couldn't even refill their diesel generators because they couldn't get diesel there. This unit, if FEMA rolled it out, would provide energy for whoever needed it around there.
So we're talking about a unit that will provide for natural disasters by really tapping into nature. Share with me what is controlling it.
Primarily, it's solar right now, because in Colorado, where we're making it, solar is just king. But wind is a huge unit as well, and we have 2 wind units on this that we can deploy. So it will have both wind and solar. It's truly a robust system. Wind, solar, generator, batteries, everything that you could want in one unit.
As far as the energy that's created, is that able to be used immediately, or can it also be stored in that of a battery pack?
Yeah, it can be stored and used at its exact level. I don't want to get too technical, but when a generator's running, whether you're using the energy or not, you're burning that fuel, whereas with a battery system like this, when the fuel is being used, or should I say when the batteries are being drained or the sun is being utilized, it's the exact amount of power that's desired, and so you're not wasting anything. So it's incredibly efficient. It stores energy. It's 24-hour power.
24-hour power, so you're talking about batteries that are ready to go. Are there mechanisms in place that will actually protect the battery, make sure there's no overcharging? I imagine that's got to be a costly piece of the components, that battery.
Of course. The system is actually over-engineered on that front, and I'm really happy to say that in my years of experience and over 400 units that we've performed, we know how to balance everything just perfectly. And these batteries, we're going to get more life out of them than anybody else. And frankly, I'm deploying it with known technology, things that work really, really well. In the future, I look forward to putting in newer technologies, everything from hydrogen fuel cell battery systems to other things that are available as soon as they become proven and marketable.
So we're talking about top technology. I see the panels here behind me. Obviously, they have to be able to withstand the elements pretty well. Can they handle the rain, the snow, and everything that Colorado or any nation would throw at them?
Absolutely. The panels are stronger than you might think. You could walk on this array, you could probably tap dance on it. It's stronger than your windshield. Hailstorms come through and they completely wipe out rooftops and people's cars and smash windows, and you rarely ever lose a solar panel.
Fantastic. Like you spoke of earlier, you basically said that here in Colorado we pride ourselves on the sun, where basically it's king. But obviously, like you said, there's places where, or a day where the wind doesn't blow, the sun doesn't come out. What is the backup plan here for something like this?
It's going to come with a couple of wind generators, but if you need to and if you desire it, if it's in a situation like this, this customer of mine in Ecuador, he has a lava flow happening with a nearby volcano, and it's spewing out tons of smoke, and so they have nearly no sun. We have a simple design to wire many wind units together, so that so we have 8 wind units on this thing rather than just 2.
Excellent. I imagine anytime if someone finds themselves in a disaster situation, time has to be of the essence. How quickly can this thing be up and running from the minute it touches down?
Gosh, I'm glad you asked that. That's one of the strengths of this unit. Let me start off slow by saying that we can ship it as a shipping container anywhere in the world, and it just looks like a shipping container, and it arrives as a shipping container. And what normally takes people 4 to 6 months to deploy a renewable energy system that can power things, ours can be deployed by a 2-man team in 1 day anywhere in the world. And it doesn't have to be engineers that deploy this thing. It can be people on the ground. And that's the long version. The short version is if you have a couple of these things on trailers ready to go, it collapses into a rapidly deployable position. And that rapidly deployable position can be taken into the field and deployed in 15 minutes by a team of 2.
Speaking of taking it out into the field, especially remote areas, can this be dropped in by a helicopter as well?
Absolutely.
Gee, that's great. You really have designed a compact unit, really, that can be taken out there and deployed. Yet at the same time, it really serves multi-purposes inside. We're talking about an office that you could use, or even living quarters if so needed.
Indeed. On the website, we have a million different potential uses for it. I mean, I'm currently designing out several of the uses. Once we have the customers for the freezer unit, then we'll build a big freezer, we'll make huge ice blocks. So, the water purification system, we're partnering with some of the people from the military on that one. There's a lot of possibilities, because frankly, I only utilize about 20% of the space inside this container. The other 80% can be used for anything else.
Wonderful. The energy that is produced here, obviously it's great to put this in any type of natural environment, because you've also made sure that it's noiseless. Is that right?
That's correct. This unit is going to have, versus a generator of any sort, it's going to have much lower emissions, much lower noise. The system is ideal for situations from a university to a crowded area that you don't want to be disturbing people.
Obviously, it's great for a permanent location. Somebody wants to bring in electricity there, or even as a backup solution. But like you explained earlier, remote situations, workplaces, work sites, we're talking about oil rigs and construction areas. That's got to be kind of hard for folks to get electricity out to those areas.
Exactly. Anywhere where you don't have a main line dropped in from the local power company, you're going to want to use this unit. Generators are great. That's what everybody uses in the field right now, but this is going to be the next thing. Microgrids are the wave of the future. Everybody's talking about them. Everybody wants them. Distributed energy, microgrid systems. You want to have reliable energy. Everyone else is going in through their brownouts and blackouts. This unit you can drop anywhere. One
of the things that really caught my attention here to come out and speak with you is it's great innovation that you've created here, which is really complicated and complex when you think about it. But really, simplicity is basically what the end user is really going to experience.
That's right. I'm actually a veteran from the Army. I was in Desert Storm, Desert Shield, and boy, did I learn that simplicity is king. It's very important there. So I designed the unit with that in mind. All the technology that takes to make something like this function it's actually quite daunting. There's quite a bit that goes into it. And that's why it takes 4 to 6 months in the field to set one of these systems up. So we've taken all that technology and we built it into the system to make it as simple as possible. And that way the owner of the system doesn't have to worry about all that complexity, because we bring it to a simplicity point.
Simplicity Point, folks, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is the website. On the website, you're going to get a clearer idea of this company. Basically, with many, many years of experience, we have an engineer that basically has designed something that not only locally can be used for energy power, but also really worldwide. He made it simple enough that it is user-friendly across the globe, and quite honestly, it's energy of the future. This is the AVAPOD. Reliable power wherever you need it. This is Gary Atencio with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know.